Alzheimer's disease, AD, is often described as an eraser of the mind that gradually wipes away familiar faces, beautiful scenery, and cherished memories. Rather than forgetting, we prefer to believe that people with AD are trapped in time. The harsh reality is that, on average, every 3 seconds, someone in the world slips into this memory desert. Today, as the global population ages at an accelerating pace, central nervous system diseases, particularly AD, have become one of the major threats to global health. However, in the pharmaceutical industry, this field is widely recognized as a research and development R&D black hole. The extremely high R&D failure rate and the formidable challenge of penetrating the blood-brain barrier have made it a Bermuda Triangle where countless pharmaceutical companies have faltered. Yet, when there is a risk, there is opportunity. CNS diseases have become the most promising trillion-dollar blue ocean in the pharmaceutical industry today. While many are still watching from the sidelines, a pharmaceutical company from China has already begun sprinting ahead in this arena. Whether it is AD, Parkinson's disease, PD, Huntington's disease, or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, ALS, they are all neurodegenerative diseases characterized by the gradual loss of neuronal structure or function. In today's medical world, most of these diseases remain irreversible. This irreversibility stems from the extraordinary precision and fragility of the human brain as the body's central command system. In such an extremely complex and closed precision system, variables and risks increase exponentially with each step of any attempt at reversal. The brain's natural blood-brain barrier acts like a firewall, blocking 98% of small molecule drugs. The complexity of disease mechanisms makes drug development similar to searching for a key in a maze without a map, when the key may not even exist. As a result, the success rate of CNS drug development only stands at a 6.2%, far below the industry average, while the failure rate of AD drug development is as high as 99.6%. In the field of AD, AR1001 is regarded as one of the most promising drug candidates. As a potential best-in-class oral medication, AR1001 has demonstrated strong convenience and a favorable safety profile in clinical studies. Unlike traditional drugs, AR1001 is a highly selective PDE5 inhibitor. By inhibiting the PDE5 enzyme, it increases the cGMP levels in the brain, thereby demonstrating multiple neuroprotective effects. It not only promotes synaptic plasticity of neurons and enhances memory formation, but also improves cerebral blood flow and reduces neuroinflammation. On 13th May, Fosun Pharma signed an agreement with AriBio, a South Korean company, securing an exclusive global option for AR1001 for $60 million. Upon exercise of the option, Fosun Pharma will pay up to $180 million in upfront and regulatory milestone payments. AR1001 has now entered global multi-center phase 3 clinical trials. This move signals that Fosun is not merely developing a drug, but securing preferential global rights that could revolutionize the AD treatment landscape. In fact, in the face of significant uncertainty, Fosun's internal scientific committee also experienced a period of cautious hesitation. However, based on continuous monitoring and rigorous analysis of global clinical data, Fosun Pharma made a firm commitment to this strategic direction.
我们希望大家都能快乐、健康、富足到活到121岁。阿兹海默症这个事可能是未来面临的最大的挑战。我们团队也深刻地意识到这一点，所以我们双方为了共同的成功，现在开始就一起努力。
The introduction of AR1001 not only fills a gap in treatment, but also expands Fosun's comprehensive portfolio in neurodegenerative diseases. In the field of AD, Fosun Pharma has established a dual pipeline strategy for oral medications. On the one hand, AR1001 has entered global multi-center phase 3 clinical trials. On the other hand, post-marketing confirmatory clinical trials for sodium allidominate capsules are actively underway. This multi-target, multi-stage approach significantly deepens Fosun Pharma's presence in AD while enhancing future commercialization flexibility. In addition, In PD, Fosun Pharma has introduced the innovative drug apicapin capsules for the treatment of primary PD, leveraging the early and pilot implementation policy in Bao'ao-Lecheng, Hainan. It has accelerated the local adoption of global innovations, enabling domestic patients to access world-leading treatment options in step with global advances. At the same time, Fosun is building a high-tech medical device portfolio that complements and synergizes with its innovative drugs. For patients with severe trauma impairing basic functions, such as lifting a cup, Fosun Insights magnetic resonance-guided focused ultrasound enables sub-millimeter precise intervention without the need for craniotomy. With a treatment time of approximately 2 hours, patients experience significant improvement in tremor symptoms after treatment, regaining stable and controllable use of their hands. While medications focus on slowing disease progression in its early stages, medical devices enable precise intervention. This multidimensional product portfolio is helping patients at different stages reclaim dignity in life. In Fosun Pharma's innovation landscape, neurodegenerative diseases stand alongside oncology and immunology and inflammation as 3 core R&D areas. This is not blind bet, but a strategic choice grounded in scientific research and assessment and business thinking. According to the China Alzheimer Report 2025, the number of AD patients in China has reached nearly 17 million. As life expectancy increases, this figure is likely to grow further. The significant unmet clinical need gives the CNS field an inherently high growth ceiling and a sustained window of opportunity. In terms of technology innovation, neurodegenerative diseases are approaching a historic turning point in breaking this barrier. The approval of antibody drugs worldwide over the past 2 years has not only validated past scientific hypotheses, but also broken decades of R&D stagnation, creating strategic possibilities for diverse modalities, including small molecules and small nucleic acids. The deeper business logic lies in the differences in the competitive landscape. Unlike oncology, where targets are crowded and competition is highly intense, AD has yet to see significant product overlap. This relatively uncongested competitive landscape unlocks ample strategic opportunities to build an integrated portfolio across diagnostics, therapeutics, devices, and rehabilitation. For Fosun, this is a long-term strategic direction for the next 10 to 20 years. To this end, Fosun Pharma is not only advancing cutting-edge technologies internally, but also forging deep collaborations with the leading institutions, such as Huashan Hospital. Fosun believes that realizing commercial value is essentially an extension of social value. This also reflects Fosun's long-standing commitment to the principles of prioritizing patient benefit above all else and being driven by unmet clinical needs.
我一定会跟我的团队强调，一切从未被满足的临床出发。
R&D innovation is the first half of the journey, while global commercialization is the true final 100 meters.
在创新的时候复星非常强调的是我们全球化能力的建设。
Drawing on years of globalization capability building, Fosun has established a local team with independent commercialization capabilities and deep integration into major medical group purchasing organizations, GPOs, and distribution networks across the US. In Europe, Fosun has achieved a local manufacturing of high-end formulations. In Africa, it has built a direct sales network covering more than 40 countries. However, the real challenge is whether it can establish a home base for a Chinese company in core markets such as Europe, the US, and Japan. In China's pharmaceutical industry, the mainstream model remains that Chinese pharmaceutical companies license the overseas rights to their products to multinational corporations, with the latter leading global clinical trials and commercialization. However, this collaboration between Fosun Pharma and AriBio takes the opposite approach. Fosun Pharma has chosen to proactively take on commercialization in major global markets, becoming the party that acquires the rights. This marks a new stage in Fosun Pharma's globalization strategy. From deeply cultivating emerging markets such as Africa and Southeast Asia, to now making a strategic entry into core markets such as Europe, the US, and Japan. As Chen Qiyu, co-CEO of Fosun International, stated, when financial capabilities are no longer a bottleneck, the real challenge lies in whether a global commercialization system can be built. securing the rights to AR1001, a potential best-in-class drug in major global markets, reflects Fosun Pharma's efforts to close the global commercialization gap among Chinese pharmaceutical companies and the beginning of its deeper participation in the profit distribution of the global pharmaceutical value chain. Challenging the eraser of human memory is not only about addressing unmet clinical needs, but also about helping people reclaim their dignity.
我们的一切啊，都要围绕着没有被满足的那些患者的需求。说美国医生爱德华啊，他在墓志铭上说的，我们的医学啊是偶尔在治愈，常常去帮助，总是在安慰。但是从我的角度来说，我总是希望看到啊，能治愈的东西越来越多，比例越来越高，而且治愈的过程不是那么痛苦。